Good news, Nigerians. See the minimum wage that UTC want federal government to pay labor henceforth. The federal government's decision to remove fuel subsidy has sparked significant grievances with the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, now demanding an increase in the national minimum wage from 30,000 naira to 200,000, according to reports. The TUC has submitted all of its demands to the government during a meeting held at the Presidential Villa on Sunday. A joint statement signed by TUC President Comrade Festus Osifo and Secretary General Comrade Nuunu Abba Toru outlined the union's additional request, which were also shared with our reporter on Monday. In addition to the minimum wage increase, the TUC is calling for the government to revert to the previous fuel pump price of 195 per a litre while negotiations continue. The TUC stated before the end of June 2023, the minimum wage could be increased from the current 30,000 naira to 200,000, with corresponding adjustments to the cost of living allowance, COLA, covering areas such as feeding, transport, and housing. The union insists that a representative of state governors be involved in demanding the new minimum wage, and all governors must commit to its implementation. Furthermore, the TUC is advocating for a tax holiday for employees, both in the government and private sectors, who earn less than 200,000 or 500 SUSD per month, whichever is higher. We propose the introduction of the PML's allowance for those earning between 200,000 and 500,000 or 500 USD and 200 USD, whichever is higher. The TUC added. The TUC is also requesting that the exchange rate of retailing PMS in the country be kept within a limit of 2% for the next 10 years. Any fluctuations exceeding 2% would automatically trigger an increase in the minimum wage at the same time. They address long-standing national issue in education, health, and housing. The TUC suggests the establishment of an intervention fund with the government contributing 10% later on all locally consumed PMS, a governance structure comprising labor, civil society, and the government will oversee the implementation. The TUC is urging the federal government to provide mass transit vehicles for all segments of the population, while state government should swiftly establish a subsidized transportation system to alleviate the burden on workers and students. The specifics of its framework will be determined through further discussions. Other demands put forth by the TUC include an immediate review of the National Health Assurance Scheme to extend coverage to more Nigerians and prevent medication shortages, as well as conducting visits to the refineries currently undergoing rehabilitation to assess progress and establish completion timelines. The UTC also calls for the prompt constitution of the National Labour Advisory Council (NLAC) by the Labour Minister as mandated by law. The NLAC will serve as platform for the government, the labor, and the employees to discuss pertinent issues and policies affecting workers. To address food affordability, The TUC proposes direct subsidized for food items with an initial allocation of $800 million. Furthermore, the TUC suggests making the existing National Housing Fund NHF accessible to genuine workers subject to manually agreed upon work frame. In line with the government's earlier promise, the TUC recommends the nationwide deployment of compressed natural gas (CNG) in the minimum term. A framework and timeline will be developed through mutual agreements. The TUC and the government are expected to collaborate on a framework aimed at reducing the cost of governance by 15% in 2024 and 30% by 2025. Additionally, an immediate plan with specified timeline should be devised to address the state of electricity in the country. A monitoring team comprising all parties will be established to ensure effective implementation. Okay. God will help my able president too. All he needs is wisdom. God will work with you and you will break records that none in the history of Nigerian presidents have made. Amen. Let the haters hug transformer. I agree with you 100%, Mr. President needs wisdom. Buhari's really spoiled this. Okay? What about business class, private sector? It's only workers of state and federal will benefit? Someone just asked. Okay, guys, these are some reactions from Nigerians. Kindly share your thoughts.